welcome to another VTuber reading of the Monster Girl Encyclopedia. Yeah, it's been a while. I actually need to try and get into making these more. I think I'll try and do like the attempt for Smash or Pass stuff in short form, or in shorts form, I guess. But I'll do that once I am done with this first book, which still has several entries to go. And yes, someone's making a lot of noise. Hopefully they don't bother me again. Anyway, the monster girl we will be reading about today, which obviously I'll have to censor most of it, considering the additional artwork, if that is anything to go by. Kind of makes it go along the path of the not elves, but fairies. Anyway, the monster girl is the dwarf. Yeah, see why I mentioned that it might go in the direction of the fairy. Anyway, the dwarf, the family succubus, type dwarf. I guess that's in the name then, huh? The habitat: caves, mines, human settlements, and etc. And I have a feeling that etc. extends to a certain type of basement found in human settlements. Which, obviously, you guys know what I'm referring to there. Anyway, in nature: cheerful, aggressive, and lustful. More on that later. Diet: a certain type of essence. Yes, I had to censor that. The dwarf is another monster that is small in stature. Dwarves live in dwarven villages, often found in caves and mines. I mean, obviously that's where you normally find dwarves. Unless they're the court dwarf. You can look the court dwarf stuff up online though, because that's a legitimate part of history. Anyway, often found in villages. There are a number of monsters which are diminutive in size, but the adorable appearance of dwarves, odd way of putting dwarves. Honestly, I just imagine dwarves always being like bearded badasses wielding axes or hammers, and just disliking elves a lot. Alright. Right, but the adorable appearance of dwarves is of particular note. This, however, is their adult form. Well, some people on Twitter might disagree with that sort of thing. Or label you a certain thing, if you know what I mean. Hey, it's Twitter. Or X. Anyway. Alright. This is their adult form. They are said to have long head, poor relations with elves due to their difference in their temperaments. See page 105, which is yeah, pretty much the full next two pages about dwarves and elves. Man, I need to read those things at some point. Those are mainly like lore related entries to the regions and stuff that they are found in. Or in this case, their relationship with elves. Alright, despite their size, dwarves tend to have hearty, fiery dispositions. Likewise, sages who know how to look after their own. They are mature and monstrous women and can thus be expected to seduce humans in pursuit of fun. Obviously, just Netflix and chill and stuff. Wait, is that already kind of pushing the bar with what I'm obviously referring to here? I mean, it is YouTube after all, so... Anyway, in the past, dwarves were not monsters, except for those who were tainted by succubus mana. However, their character led them to accept these monsters as part of their villages without attempting to expel them. The dwarven men of the time considered it a trifle whether their women were monsters or not. Yep, that seems like the typical dwarf. In fact, they are said to have welcomed the transformation in their wives into... I mean, come on, that is typical horny dwarf, right? I mean, hey, makes them easier to bed, you know. Oh, God, that's... YouTube might kill me for that one. Anyway. Well-endowed monsters is what it says there, is what I'm saying, is what I'll be saying. It says obviously something else, but just in case. Alright, monsters who would give them more fun as a result. The population of dwarven women monsterized steadily. In contrast to the elves, which we already read about, who have staved off the total monsterization of their race by exiling monsterized individuals. Yeah, somehow the monsterization turned them into dark elves. But hey, to each their own. These days, the dwarves God damn it, people are just making a crap ton of noise. The dwarves is generally regarded to be a monster race, as it would be, since they didn't even bother expelling the thing, and now their population consists of mostly women. I mean, hey, hardy dwarves, maybe you have hardy women and stuff. For more on dwarves before monsterization, see literally the next page. Dwarves are very good with their hands, and most are either miners of metals and gemstones, or craftsmen who turn these materials into weapons and ornaments. The beautiful work of dwarves is traded at steep prices among humans, and monsters before monsterization. Wait. It literally says these gays here. These gay and lively... Oh. The gay and lively creatures were provocative. In facilitating trade. Trade for jewels and stuff, YouTube. That is literally what it says there. With other races, including humans, and for many years have made it a habit to visit human settlements to sell their ores and crafts. Their friendship with humans has only grown deeper since they became monsters. Wonder why? And many unmarried dwarves have taken up residence among humans in their search for a partner. Dwarves are active and the other kind of active, wink, when one spots a human she likes, she will uh, she will seduce them insistently, perhaps even perhaps even assaulting them, alright, to achieve their desire. Hello, 911. Yeah, I'm being assaulted by a dwarf. No, it's not a joke, and no, I'm not being punched. She's actively trying to pull off my pants. And I don't know how to fend her off without getting on some kind of list. Or being thrown into jail myself. Anyway, as has been mentioned, dwarves are good with their hands. I have a feeling I know where this next line is going. A skill that is a powerful weapon as she grants fun and excitement to the human she is currently targeting. The fun imparted by their talented grip is said to rival that of a succubus, so much so that they are capable of making humans helpless. Theirs helplessly theirs, through manual caress alone. Yeah, she's obviously just like hand holding and stuff and giving you a nice shoulder rub and that sort of thing. Or gently stroking your head or hand, you know, that sort of thing. I mean, just imagine a dwarf casually just strokes you and then all of a sudden you become helpless. I mean, hey, that would be funny. Anyway, the dwarf wraps her hands around the human. Okay. Around the human with the same care and passion she invests in her in her craft works. They have a lot of fun, and it becomes I can't read that next part for the life of me due to YouTube and stuff. But let's just say something becomes similar to iron. As if she has forged it herself. Alright, let me just proofread that before I read it out loud. Yeah, it looks like the next few lines I literally cannot read out loud. Damn. Alright, so yeah, to describe those last few lines, if you guys can hear that in the background. Sorry about that. Anyway, to describe those last few lines, you just have to refer to what the fairy does. Essentially, they stretch. Anyway, now to see if we can get to the little bit of text that is below the additional artwork, which, as mentioned at the start, I definitely cannot show because, oh my. Although I could use if I crop out the body and stuff, it's just a dwarf doing an ahigao face. Anyway, dwarves have hardy bodies. I can see that. You guys can't, but I can see that. Yeah, it looks large. Obviously, I'm not reading the part that comes right after their hardy bodies thing. Too large to fit. Anyway, yet she still manages to engulf it all. And yes, I'm not reading most of it. It engulfs it all the way to its let's just say the bulge is visible through her stomach. Anyway, that was that little bit of additional artwork, which similar, or text below the additional artwork, similar to the end part for this entry. And yeah, I cannot read the majority of it, at least out loud. And I have to agree, yes, they definitely have a sturdy body if that additional artwork is anything to go by. Anyway, that was it for this video, or this vtuber reading of the Monster Girl Encyclopedia. God damn, I'm actually, from what I had to read there, I'm so out of it that I actually fuck up the exit thing here, or the outro thing. Man, I need some bleach after this one. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and yeah, subscribing would also help me out. And yeah, personally, I like the design, especially with that one arm being covered in like a literal gauntlet, and she's wielding the hammer on that. Wouldn't it make more sense to wield the hammer in the other hand, though? Yeah, well, anyway. Also, I'd like to know what's going on with those goggles. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.